Hey guys, Lexus Driver here. So brand new video for today. This video is I've posted my latest artwork on Deviantart. This one is an Airbus Spaceliner. I know you guys can I know you guys can try your best looking at it because I know it's a white background. It's just that I haven't added any backgrounds yet, and also I might treat this as a template. But as you can see here on the left side of the screen, on the left side of my screen, what I have here, this is an Airbus Spaceliner. An Airbus Spaceliner, what I came up with. It's the same design as the Boeing one, except this one, the fuselage is what's found on the Airbus A321 XLR and LR. Um, the only differences I have is how big the main engine is right here. So if you guys can look on the left side of the screen, see you can see here. So I have here the vertical stabilizer, the horizontal stabilizer, and also the main engines. So there are three main engines, one in the back and two on the wings. I also have the horizontal stabilizer, the RCS thrusters, etc. Yeah, and I did actually use the delta wing for this one because I find that spaceliners when it comes to spaceliners I think it would make sense for a delta wing to be for a spaceliner. I've been reading a lot about the space shuttle, and I would say it makes sense that the delta wing would be for a spaceliner. I know it's purely fictional, but everybody has wild imaginations. So yeah, this what I have here is the Airbus Spaceliner. Now comparing it to the Boeing Spaceliner, this one here, the vertical stabilizer has like that same that thing you would find in the on the vertical stabilizer of the Boeing 707. And I would say that with the similarities, all two of these actually would have a large fuel tank. One in the center, though the fuel tank would be like pretty big, but not too big because I just like to make some room for I like to make some room for when it comes to check bags to be placed in the cargo hold, and also fuel on the wings as well, but not as like to cause any problem. Excuse me. But not as to like cause any problems that could affect the heat shield, and uh, that's just one of my thoughts. Whether these will have their own fuel tanks, or they would have an external tank like you would find on the space shuttle. But the external tank would have its own engines to propel this to space. But I don't know. I would say that would mean how it's gonna go or something. But just let me know down in the comments what it should be. And also like any other video I make like this, I will link this in the description down below so you guys can check it out. Um, what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Um, uh, so let me fill these screens big. Wait. Actually, let me make this a bit higher. Okay. Oh, all right. Now, this what I have. Now I'm going to show you guys um, uh, the uh, the front fuselage. This is the front fuselage of these Spaceliners. Um, what I was thinking of these space liners is I'm thinking about adding like a docking hatch, like the docking mechanism for these space liners. If it were to dock with space stations like the International Space Station, or the space stations that's going to be used in the Artemis program for when they go to the moon. I forgot what those called. I forgot what they're I forgot what they're called, but I'm pretty sure someone in the comments down below know what I'm talking about when it comes to the space station that's going to be orbiting around the moon in an elliptical shape. It's for the Artemis program. Excuse me. Um, I'm thinking about adding a docking mechanism. I wouldn't say docking mechanism because I just want to keep it as whole as possible. I'm thinking about adding um, well, as I said, the docking mechanism. Although I hate to say that, but I'll just say docking mechanism just for the sake of this video. But um, I'm thinking about adding a docking mechanism for these space liners, and also by the time I published the Airbus Spaceliner of what I drew here. I'm thinking about maybe expanding the silica tiles on this side. When it comes to reentry, the silica tiles all have to do their job to make sure it's protected from the heat. So what now back to what I was saying about the docking mechanism. Um, I'm thinking about placing the docking mechanism, like for the Airbus right here and Boeing right here. But I'm trying to make sure that it's in a flat surface because I've seen videos of docking mechanisms, like the Russian docking mechanism, the American docking mechanism on the International Space Station. I'm thinking like I'm thinking like how I'm thinking I'm thinking the best I can of how I can place the docking hatch and the mechanism. I'm thinking. I always like to make sure it's in a flat surface. So when it's in a flat surface, these space liners can dock properly with space stations like the International Space Station, and also future space stations for the Moon, Mars, and beyond. And also, with regards to the International Space Station, I did read some news articles that um, they might no longer use the International Space Station anymore, considering that it's pretty old. Um, and also, the space station might be replaced with a brand new space station, but much bigger and whatnot. But next thing I'm gonna say here to compare these of what I made here. Um, in when in ships, particularly when you're on board an ocean liner, you have forward, aft, port, and starboard. For airplanes, especially airliners, it's forward and aft like usual, but instead of port and starboard, it's the usual left and right because um, in aviation rules they don't have the same generic rules as in maritime use. Um, Now, for when it comes to spacecrafts, especially like Spaceliners, if it were to come to fruition, it actually has two more directionals. Yeah, you have the usual forward, aft, port, and starboard, but the two extra ones are zenith and nadir. So zenith is above the spacecraft, nadir is below the spacecraft. So I find that's pretty cool. Like the first time I read about that kind of stuff, I was like, "Oh, wow, that's just my generic. That's just um, my generic view of when I read about those directionals the first time. I find it's pretty cool. Um, so what else I was gonna say? Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna show you guys the aft part. Okay, so this is the aft. Okay, here we go. So let me raise this a little bit higher. Oh, okay. Now the main engines. Okay, so there's one. There are three main engines. One in the back and two in the wings, and also the reaction control system. the reaction control system here, these are totally like a bit different. So if you guys can look very closely, the Boeing one is much bigger, while the Airbus one is a bit smaller. And also I included the OMS rocket motors. The Airbus, it's located on the tail, whereas this one it's actually on its own pod. So yeah, and also and also the what I also have here is I also have like the connection points as you guys can see if you guys can look closely. That's where the fuel and electrical points are gonna make once it's on the launch pad. When it's on the launch pad, from the moment the passengers and crew are about to board the spacecraft, the Spaceliner, as I should say here. From the moment they're about to board, and the crew members are already on board, they're prepping everything. During this time, the spacecraft is fueling up for the launch. But anyways, and also before I end off the video over here, I know it's pretty short, but I just want to keep my channel going. To end off the video here, I will, like I said, a video like this, I will link this down below in the description so you guys can check it out. And also number two, I will be making a poll on which one do you think would be the best fictional spaceliner. Well, if it were to come to fruition, which of these would be the coolest spaceliners out there? But anyway, guys, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and be sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay updated on whatever video I have uploaded on YouTube. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, and have a good day, everybody.